Today, we're jumping into something that is fundamentally changing how customers find software. I'm talking about the rise of AI. The old rules for getting found online, they're being totally rewritten. So if you're in the SaaS world, you have to understand how to stay visible. Let's get right into it.
Let's just kick things off with a really direct question. Is your SaaS invisible to AI? Because if it is, you're probably already missing out on a huge wave of new customers who are turning to AI to find their next software solution. And look, this isn't some far-off future problem. We're talking right now. Almost 2/3 of organizations are already planning to use generative AI. That means your potential customers are using tools like ChatGPT and Gemini today to find products. So the real question is, are they finding you? So what are we really talking about here? It's this concept called AI visibility. And in a nutshell, it's just making sure your SaaS brand actually shows up when someone asks an AI for help. It's not just about being found. It's about teaching these AI tools what you do, and, this is the most important part, to trust your brand enough to recommend it over everyone else. This slide really just lays it all out. You know, traditional SEO was all about climbing the rankings with keywords and backlinks. But AI visibility, it's a whole different ballgame. It's about how often your brand gets mentioned, how well the AI understands the core concepts of your business, we're going to call those entities, and whether you can provide a straight, direct answer to a question. It's a brand new playbook. So how do we tackle this? We're going to use a pretty simple model, the AI visibility pyramid. And just like any strong building, we have to start at the bottom, with the most important part, building a rock-solid technical foundation. A huge part of this foundation is something called schema markup. In the analogy on this slide, it's perfect. Think of it like a super detailed map that you hand directly to the AI. Instead of letting it wander around and guess what your product does, you're giving it clear, labeled instructions. So, how do you actually build this map? Well, it's really a 4-step process. First up, you've got to identify the core entities of your business. You know, things like your company name, your specific products, your services. Then you add the right schema types to label them. But the really crucial part is mapping how they all connect. This gives the AI a complete, structured picture of your entire business. And hey, this isn't just a nice theory. The data absolutely backs it up. Brands that use structured data, like schema, are a staggering 38% more visible in those AI-generated overviews. I mean, that is a massive competitive advantage. So beyond schema, your whole technical foundation really rests on these 3 pillars. First, there's answer engine optimization, which is just a fancy way of saying you format your content so it's the perfect, direct answer to someone's question. Then there's semantic optimization, which helps the AI understand the meaning and context behind your words, not just the keywords themselves. And both of these are powered by that structured data we just talked about. Now look, this isn't always easy. There are definitely challenges. The first big one, architectural complexity. As your SaaS grows, your website can become this tangled mess, making it really hard for AI to crawl and understand. The solution is to build a clean, organized structure from day one and automate your processes so updates don't break everything. It's like keeping the roads on your map clear and well-maintained. Next up, and this is a biggie, especially today, data privacy. In the age of AI, this is completely non-negotiable. See, AI models are trained to look for signals of security and trustworthiness. Having strong data governance and ironclad security isn't just good practice. It's a signal to the AI that your brand is safe to recommend. And finally, we've got to talk about transparency. You know how AI can sometimes feel like a total black box? Well, users and even the AI itself need to understand why a recommendation is being made. Providing clear data and things like confidence scores helps pull back that curtain, and that's how you build essential trust. Okay, so with our technical foundation in place, let's move up to the next layer of the pyramid, creating content that AI will absolutely love. This is all about what you actually say, and just as importantly, how you say it. So I've thrown that word entity around a few times. What in the world does an AI actually see as an entity for a SaaS company? This slide breaks it down brilliantly. We're talking about metrics, like conversion rate, features like A/B testing, integrations, and even the outcomes people get, like customer retention. Your content needs to be built around these core ideas. But here's the number 1 rule. If you take away just one thing from this section, let it be this. Your content must solve real problems. AI is getting smarter every single day at sniffing out fluff. Its main goal is to give the most helpful answer. And the best way to be that answer is to listen to your customers, understand their pain points, and create content that genuinely helps them out. All right, let's move to the peak of our pyramid, earning authority and trust. Having a great technical setup and amazing content is fantastic, but AI is also looking for outside proof. It needs to see that other people trust you too. This quote just hits the nail on the head. In the past, it was a numbers game. How many backlinks could you get? But now, AI models are way more sophisticated. They care about brand mentions, how often and in what context your brand is being talked about all over the web. Authority is now about reputation, not just links. So, how do you build this authority? This slide lays out a really clear 7-step process, but think of it less like a checklist and more like a continuous loop. You start by finding topics where you can be a true expert. You create incredibly valuable content, and you get it in front of industry leaders. But it doesn't stop there. The most important step is the last one. You have to track your results and constantly improve your strategy. And here's a fantastic and maybe a little overlooked place to build this authority. Platforms like Reddit. AI models are actively learning from these conversations. So when you provide real data-backed answers in the right subreddits or in AMAs, you're not just talking to people. You are directly teaching the AI to see your brand as a trusted expert. And that brings us to our final, crucial phase. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. You need to think of AI visibility as a continuous flywheel, a process of tracking your results, measuring what's working, and constantly improving. So what does the new scorecard for marketing even look like? Well, this slide shows the key metrics for AI visibility. You need to be tracking not just clicks, but how often your brand gets mentioned in AI answers. It's about comparing your visibility to your competitors and seeing if you're featured prominently in those AI summaries. These are the new KPIs. And why is this so important? Well, because consistent tracking lets you spot opportunities early, discover brand new sources of traffic you never knew existed, quickly correct any misinformation about your brand, and learn directly from what your competitors are doing right. So, to bring it all together, here is your final checklist. This is your action plan. Focus on your most important topics. Regularly check what AI is saying about you. Keep your key pages fresh. Always be gathering new customer reviews, and never, ever neglect that technical foundation. I want to leave you with this one final thought. Right now, at this very moment, your potential customers are asking AI for solutions to their problems. The only question is, after everything we've talked about today, will it be your brand that the AI trusts enough to give them the answer?